Let me tell you why you're here. You're here because you know something. What you know you can't explain, but you feel it. You felt it your entire life.
And looks like we're going. Hats?
We're started.
Yes. You say that every time.
This stupid
Are we on?
blank look. Okay. Hi. Hello, how you doing? Oh, did you get that? That was a nice sound.
That's right.
That's
Episode
even nicer sound.
12?
12.
Yeah,
Yes, well
episode 12. Right. So this is Hats and Brendo at 2-Bit Idiots. Just riffing again.
Yeah, well, I meant to say last time that... oops, sorry. That was a chair. With episode 11, have you ever seen that Scottish thing with the two Scottish guys in a lift? Where they come with the
And they
voice.
can't do the voice activated
Yeah, and it's
thing.
11. 11.
Yeah,
11.
that's right. That's great. That's gold.
But heads up, we may have another Scottish guy on the pod soon, so it might be good. But I meant to mention that last time. But anyway, we had different didn't, so now we're on 12.
That's right. All right. Well, what do you want to talk about? What's been happening this week? Everything's been happening this week. Every week something happens in Bitcoin.
Every week something like that's true. Australian specifically.
Sure.
Commonwealth Bank. So the Commonwealth Bank are going to... I haven't really read this fully, have you? I really should have that.
No,
list.
I don't know that they've actually put that much out there other than like an introductory kind of we're going to start dealing with or allowing people to buy and hold digital assets, quote unquote.
Yeah, so...
And 10, I think they've got
10, is that? Yeah, I think I read that too. So we're going to have Bitcoin and you're going to have 9 shitcoins.
Yeah. Well, all I know of is Bitcoin, Ethereum, I think Bitcoin Cash, Litecoin.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Litecoin.
Okay.
And that's all I've got. I'm going to guess...
Cardano, Solano.
Solano.
Garbage.
Is it Solano? Solano.
I don't really care,
No.
but okay. Yeah, so... But the only reason... So, yes, I'm sorry, let's... So, it's Commonwealth Bank, Australia's biggest bank. There are 4 big banks in Australia, really, and Commonwealth are by far the biggest. But they are going to allow people to buy digital assets within the banking app.
Yeah, so not in their ComSec app, which is like their trading app.
Yeah. So essentially, if you've got a current account or whatever savings account with Commonwealth Bank, you don't have to. There's no what's the word I'm looking for? Like barrier to doing it.
Yeah, you don't need to open a share account.
Right. So when you're on a website and you have to, I have to reset up a new thing, and I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to do this. So it's going to be easy for people. Anybody with a Commonwealth Bank current account is going to go, I've got $100 in my current account. I'm going to have $10 of Solana, whatever it's called.
Yeah.
Let's go with what I know what it's called. Ethereum, right? So that's the Ethereum part isn't, but that is a good thing in the sense that it is going to expose digital assets, quote unquote, to a big audience.
6 million.
6 million. So population of Australians about 26 million.
Yeah.
So 1 in 4.
Pretty big. 1
in 4 Australians have an account with Commonwealth Bank, so it's going to be significant. And Australia is quite backwards in the sense in the Bitcoin. I hate the phrase Bitcoin space, but it is. There are people doing good things, but
you had that term. I'm pretty sure I've dropped that a couple of times.
The Bitcoin space.
Oh, in this space.
Oh, it bothers me a lot.
Does.
It's like
oh shit.
But I don't know what. But the problem is, it bothers me, but I don't know what's better. Like, I think I've said ecosystem. I hate myself inside when I say that. The other one I cannot stand is the halvening. Yes. Oh, the halvening! I just want to punch people.
The halvening, yeah.
But anyway.
Anyway, so this was pretty out of the blue, really, and
it certainly was to me. I had no idea.
I wonder how much the recent Senate committee hearing had to do with that, because there were a lot of financial institutions and whatnot actually sort of stepping up, feeding in and talking and submitting and all that kind of stuff.
But have the results of that been put?
Yes.
Oh, I haven't read that. So
no, me either. It's like probably 4,000 pages, but that's only just kind of, I guess, been published or released in the last couple of weeks.
So, but Commonwealth haven't just decided in a day and a half that they're going to do this. So they've obviously been waiting for that to drop, I'm guessing, and to then say,
Yeah.
well, we're going to be first. Now,
Yeah,
quite
probably.
frankly, what's going on there is they're having their somebody else is eating their lunch. Robinhood or Cash App
Yeah,
or
oh, yeah.
whoever it is are eating their lunch. They're losing money, and they're not doing this by choice. They're doing this because they are being forced to.
Exactly.
They're doing this, in my opinion, the same reason as Visa facilitate the Fold card, because Visa can see their lunch is about to be eaten, and they feel like they have to have a presence in the space.
But
so
and you have the biggest bank in the country announcing this. There's without a shadow of a doubt,
the others have to
the
follow.
others have to follow.
Have to. So here's my comparison, not analogy this time.
Oh, damn it.
The comparison is, that was clever, put my hand in front of my face and then talk. The comparison is like the lockdowns, right? So COVID comes along, people start working from, or forced to work from home, however you see that, you're working from home. But if let's say you operate in a industry where there are two main players, right?
Yep.
So you both go to work from home. You're both sort of cost structure has done exactly the same. But if one of those businesses says, from now on, we're only going to work from home, you've cut so much cost out of your operating expense out of your business. The other one's forced to. Right? As long as you can continue your business, as long as that's possible to work from home. So, and this is the same. It's like if your main competitor, or the biggest competitor in the industry, decides to do this, if you don't do it, well, you either do it or you have to think of something better to do. Like, if NAB came out and said, well, we're only going to go Bitcoin only, that would be quite interesting. They're not going to do that, but it would be really interesting if they did. That would be actually interesting, another compared to this, which is just. But what it's going to do, so your average person who has a Commonwealth Bank account, all of a sudden sees this opportunity to buy digital assets within their, right beside their current account and their savings account, and then there's the digital assets account. And it is going to normalize digital assets for people. They're going to not be afraid of them anymore because Commonwealth says it's okay, right?
Yeah. But let's say what happens as far as a capital gains perspective on those things? It's sure that you're still obviously subject to realised gains or tax on realised gains.
Well. So if you
not
don't...
unrealised, we're not there. We're not there yet.
No, well, yet.
Yeah.
But we're. No, I mean, if you don't, if you're buying and selling, and making a gain, you're liable for capital gains tax. So that's why a Bitcoiner will tell you don't sell.
But yeah, I just wonder.
And I've personally had this problem with a tax return where I have bought and put out there. I have sold in the past when I didn't, and it caused me a problem. Right?
Oh, really?
It's just it's not a problem. It just caused me. It's just a bureaucratic disaster.
Yeah.
Like you just have to get through it, and then you get your bill, and you have to pay your bill. Like, so I did, and that's I'll not make that mistake again. But yeah. So everybody in the Commonwealth, if you buy, I don't know, Ethereum, and it goes up 900%, and you sell it, you'll be liable for capital gains. But the bank will have all those records, so and your KYC, obviously KYC'd at your bank. So it's just interesting. It's just normalizing the whole thing. Now, what I haven't seen, as I said, I haven't looked carefully enough into this, but will you be able to withdraw that Bitcoin out of Commonwealth into your own custody? I would very much doubt it. PayPal haven't allowed it. Who's the other one that doesn't allow it? Can't think off the top of my head. Well, lots, but yes. So
Robinhood, I think. Weren't Robinhood?
I pass. I don't know. Oh. But so if you, this is all interesting, but it's not a good idea. If you want Bitcoin, go buy Bitcoin. Go find a Bitcoin only exchange. Buy some Bitcoin. Buy some from your friend. That's the best way to do it.
Yeah, but
earn some. Those are the best ways.
I suppose for the normies that are potentially going to access digital assets through the Commonwealth
for the
Bank.
first time.
Exactly, and if that, without understanding it, why would they want to take that Bitcoin out? Whereas the bank would say, well,
we'll hold it safely for you.
We'll hold it safely for you. If you want to cash it in, then we'll give you money, maybe.
Oh, well, we'll give you Aussie dollar for it.
I'd imagine.
Yeah, you want to
I'd imagine so. I mean,
yeah, they will. Yeah, they will.
because they're providing the facility to buy it. So why wouldn't they provide the facility to sell it?
Well, they're not doing it for the customer. They're doing it because they can charge a fee on both sides. So
I think, true.
They will be happy to sell it for you and keep it themselves.
I think they're teamed up through Gemini or.
Yes, I heard something about the Winkle Vi. That's another one that bothers me. The
Well,
plural.
what would you rather?
Voss.
Winkle Vosses?
The Winkle Vosses.
Winkle Vi?
Winkle
Winkle
Vosses.
Voss.
I don't know. I don't know what I'd rather. Anyway, I just get bothered by lots of things. Don't worry about it. So you'll be able to buy there. You'll be able to sell there. You'll be paying a fee both times. The bank will be holding it for you. So you've got a third party issue there. And now the next thing is.
Let me guess. Fractional.
Well,
reserves.
that's exactly where I was going,
yeah,
right?
I thought so.
So the bank, that's the bank's current model,
Yeah.
right?
Exactly.
That is the model that they know.
Yeah.
We have this much money and we hold this much in reserves and we lend out this much and blah blah. But they're not holding 100% reserves.
No, that's right. You give us money, we'll assure you this many Bitcoin.
Yeah.
Oh,
Totally.
really? Thank you.
Totally.
I believe you.
It's like, Brendan, here's all of my beer. Leave it at your house, and I'll come back for it in a while.
That's a bad analogy, leaving me with beer.
No, it's a great. I think it's a great analogy because you would behave exactly like a bank, and you would drink some, and you would go, "Oh, I need to get more. I'll buy him more at some point." Right?
Then I'd piss in the bottle and screw the top back on.
Yeah, that's why I get the pop tops. But yeah. So if I left that, your house, you would drink it, but the difference with the beer, other than inflation, is the beer isn't going up in price.
Yes.
Like Bitcoin's going up in price.
Yeah.
So if they spend the Bitcoin or lend it out or whatever they do with it, and then they go, oh, we'll get that back when Brendo comes back for it,
Yeah.
and it's now 10 times the price.
Yeah.
They've got a problem.
Yeah.
But more accurately, you've got a problem.
Yeah.
Right?
They'll probably assure a return, like a bond.
Well, I mean, I don't know what they have in Australia, but over in Scotland are the what do you call them? The FSA? Financial Services Agency. So there is a certain amount of money, I say money, I mean fiat, in your bank account that is protected by, like it's like up to
government
£50,000 or something. I don't actually know anymore.
Yeah, I think
Government guarantee.
There was an Australian thing there for a while, like a government guarantee.
I'm sure there is an equivalent, but it's not the entire. Well, it depends how much money you have. But if you have a lot of money, then you're obviously not being fully protected. You might get $1 back on the. Excuse me, $1 back on the. A cent back on the dollar, 10 cents back on the dollar, or something.
Yeah.
Anyway, so they're going to have. I would think it'll be fractional, or are you going to trust their auditors? Do you currently trust the auditors of banks? I mean, seriously.
So I guess a question: is that good for Bitcoin? Or
Everything's good for Bitcoin.
Yeah, I know, but does it actually then cloud? I guess the ideal of Bitcoin.
So I think what you get is, I think basically everything does this. It might be short term positive, long term negative, short term negative, long term positive. So for this one, would be potentially probably maybe short term positive because it would the demand and the awareness and all that kind of stuff. Mid-term, you might say negative because you might have some of these problem things. But then long term again, it raised everybody's awareness of what this actually was. They went and learned, blah blah blah. So
Yes.
So long term positive. So it's just about your timescale.
Yeah.
It's neither positive nor negative. It's just
Yeah.
if your timescale is long enough,
Yeah,
I think everything is positive.
like all Bitcoiners,
What do you mean?
low time preference.
Yeah. So but there's with an absolutely scarce asset, it doesn't really matter. Like look at Bukele in El Salvador, right? Nobody really knows if he's a good guy or a bad guy. I hope he's a good guy, right?
He's about to build 30 schools.
I know, but I mean, I'm sure Scott Morrison could stand up and say some one good thing that we could all agree with. Well, maybe not.
Yeah,
but
maybe.
but you know what I mean? Like,
well, I guess for those that don't know, Bukele announced that with his Bitcoin profits, he's building 30 schools. Is that
low
correct?
time preference. The money is burning a hole in his pocket, right? Right?
Yeah.
I'm actually thinking, hold off and you get another school next year.
Yeah.
But and he also there's something about an animal. There was an animal, like a veterinary hospital. He's going to be building too, and they're going to be doing like 60 operations a day, all being funded through Bitcoin. Yeah, there's something about that in El Salvador as well. But anyway, another story. But why was I talking about him? There was. Why was I talking about him? Oh yeah, so nobody knows whether he's a good guy or a bad guy.
Yes.
But frankly, it doesn't. With a long enough time preference, it doesn't matter because he is removing, whether he knows it or not, he's removing power from himself or the central government and giving it to the people. He may not know that right now.
He's got.
Of course, I think so, but I hope so. Like that makes him a better guy, right?
Yeah, totally.
But if he doesn't and he thinks he's just being clever and he's going to have all this power and blah blah blah, I think he's going to come in for a wake up call. So, so long story short, everything is good for Bitcoin if you have a long enough time preference, but it could be good or bad short term.
Yes.
Does he agree with that?
I do. Yeah. It's still, I don't know, I'm still reeling a little bit from that.
I'm very surprised.
Yeah.
But it's the same as we had this thing before about you looking if you have a child in your house, you don't see them grow. If you come every 3 months, you're like, whoa, how much you've grown, right?
Yeah.
Nobody expected Michael Saylor. Nobody expected Elon when he came in. Nobody expected El Salvador and Australians. I don't think, certainly not me anyway, expected yesterday Commonwealth Bank to say that. So nothing happens, but everything's happening, and it's happening all the time, everywhere.
I tweeted yesterday. I think it was yesterday. How much stacking do you think these bankers did before they actually announced?
I mean, did Michael Saylor? Did
already.
you? Do you know, like before you told your family, did you do it first? I mean, not that it has an effect as you as an individual. You're not going to move the price, but if you have a lot of wealth, anything like if you're going to get a birthday cake, and you're like, oh, there's only 2 cakes left in the shop. I know 3 other people that need one. I'll get mine, and then I'll tell everybody there's only one left. Right? That's what we all do.
Yeah.
None of us are above this.
Yeah.
It's just incentives. You sort yourself first, and then hopefully you can help other people after that. But it doesn't make sense. Like if you don't sort yourself first, you're just a guy without a cake.
Yeah.
Nobody likes that guy, right? Nobody likes that guy. But everybody likes cake.
You want to do Dick of the Day, Tweet of the Week. We need Hats Analogy of the Day or Hats Analogy of the Week.
Oh, that means that's a problem because then I have to arrive with one.
Well, you just did one then.
Oh, well, okay. Maybe I'll just have to put me on the spot and I'll try. But yeah, so Commonwealth Bank, I think it's interesting. It's certainly interesting from an Australian perspective. It's interesting,
big time.
And I hope to see that similar things like that happening all over countries all over the world. It's not necessarily very positive for Bitcoin, but it's good for people, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Coinbase. Oh God, we're talking about 2 horrible things. Coin. Did you see this?
No, I kind of, but you'll have to explain it to me. Is this about the lending? Yeah, tell me what this is.
So Coinbase are now offering up to $1 million in credit. I only read one page, so I'm hopefully accurate here. But $1 million in credit, up to $1 million in credit, with no credit check. But but by putting your Bitcoin up as collateral,
so you got to have your Bitcoin on their exchange.
Yes.
Yeah.
And for 2 years, at 8% variable interest. Right. Variable interest. So, problem is, Coinbase is never buy anything at Coinbase. Right. Let's start there, because it's shitcoin casino and it's run by a dickhead. Right. But what this is showing is the start of collateralized lending on Bitcoin by big operation. They are a big operation, right? So $1 million. So what that's saying is that
they're effectively doing HODL are doing.
Yeah, so HODL. If you're going to do this, guys, go to HODL.
Yeah,
peer to peer. What was the other one you were going to say? Unchained.
Unchained does.
I think Unchained are doing it, but maybe not peer to peer.
No,
so
I
that
thought,
must.
I thought there was HODL and some other little one. Starts with L, I thought, but anyway, maybe.
Leaden.
Yeah, is that it?
Leaden?
Maybe. Yeah.
Possibly. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's a Canadian firm.
Yeah.
Anyway, there'll maybe be others that we're not aware of. But so what it's saying though is, what's 8% of $1 million? $80,000.
Yeah.
So if you could get a credit of $1 million based on Bitcoin collateral, and you think Bitcoin is going to outperform 8%
Annually.
Annually, I mean, Bitcoin could outperform 8% by the time I wake up in the morning.
Yeah.
People are going to do that.
Yeah.
Right? People are going to do
big
that.
time.
Anybody who's sitting there with it's a massive exchange, and a lot of people still hold their Bitcoin with Coinbase. So people are going to do that, and that people are now going to, individuals are now going to start the Michael Saylor speculative attack. That's what's going to happen.
Yeah.
He did it at 0% or 2% or whatever.
Yeah.
But now anybody can do it at 8%, but it's variable. That's the other thing. So 1, you're on Coinbase, don't do that. 2, you're holding your keys, don't do that. 3, you're taking out a loan on a volatile asset. You could get stopped out, and all goes back to Coinbase. 4, it's, did I say variable? It could run to the moon. So it's not a good idea, but people are going to do it.
Yeah.
And it's the very early stages of that becoming.
It's just another financial product.
Yeah.
Or an option for people, I suppose.
Yeah. But it's, if so, again.
So what's what's, in my naivety, what's the benefit, say, for Coinbase in offering that?
So they'll be then lending out the Bitcoin that they took in as collateral to someone.
Yeah.
Who knows who that might be? A fourth party.
Yeah.
Because that fourth party believes that they can outperform. So Coinbase might be charging 8%. So they're charging the customer 8%. So they're making 8% fiat.
Yeah.
And they'll be also charging on the other side too, to the person they're lending it out to. So they'll be making on both sides. And the only risk to them is that the person doesn't pay the repayments on their loan, so they get the Bitcoin.
So what's stopping a massive exchange like Coinbase being not unlike a bank and actually using the coins on their exchange to do that anyway?
Explain that question again. Sorry, I'm not getting
it. So you have a traditional bank relationship. So, 1 million customers have $1,000 with the bank. The bank then invests that in various ways to make their own cut and whatever. And they say, here's your percentage. So if this is again my absolute ignorance.
That's right.
If Coinbase has however many hundreds of thousands of Bitcoin on their exchange.
Yep.
What's
stopping? I think it might be millions. Or maybe
maybe. What's stopping them doing that anyway with that Bitcoin? Under the table in a way.
Oh, are they already doing it?
Yeah, without actually saying, hey,
I mean, I would, if they're, I 100% believe they're already doing it.
Yeah.
But now they're just adding, they're just going to the other side of the table. Yeah. Like they're doing it with their left hand, and now they're going to their right hand to the customers and saying, we'll offer, here's something else we can offer you and charge you a fee on.
Yeah.
So they're going to charge a fee both. So they're already making over on the left hand, and now they're going to be taking on the right hand.
Okay.
And so the risk to them, is they're totally fractional, and they're going to get screwed. But ultimately, the customer gets screwed. Eventually, Coinbase would be screwed. But yeah, I mean, the risk to them is that the price of Bitcoin tanks, and there's a run on the Bitcoin. Finally, everybody tries to remove their coins from Coinbase, and then they get exposed. But it's just inertia. It's just like people don't do it.
Yeah.
Some do, but they'll know within a range how many people are going to do it.
Yeah.
And generally people don't do it. So people should do it. Everybody should do it. So it's just another revenue stream for Coinbase.
Yeah.
But legitimizes Bitcoin again, brings more money into Bitcoin again. Everything's good for Bitcoin. If you're looking long term, everything's good for Bitcoin.
I have an admission to make.
Ooh.
I bought that Shiba stuff.
You did not.
No, I didn't. I'm just kidding.
Oh my God, I was about to leave my own house. Okay. But I haven't bought any either. But it's I do understand why people do. Like it's not.
Oh yeah, the appeal of like when people go, it's 9,000% or something stupid.
But even not like morons will jump in because they think, it's going to the moon tomorrow. Like that thought. But even people who completely understand what's happening here and understand that there is only one, still there'll be plenty of them playing I can make another 15% on stupid dog and then go back into Bitcoin.
Well, it's the whole casino argument. Like, people have the right to go and gamble their money or place their money in something.
They do.
And they either make
and I have the right to laugh in their face.
Oh, totally.
That's eventually what's going to happen.
Yeah.
But some of them will win. 5% or 2%, 3% people win at the casino. Yeah. You always hear about the guys who won at the casino, right?
Yeah.
Everybody was.
That's all you hear about.
We've always got everyone. I've got a story about the time I won. Whatever.
Yeah.
I'm not going to tell you it, but like everybody has one.
Yeah.
Nobody tells the story about the time that they lost everything because they're a moron.
Yeah.
They all have that story. They just don't tell it
too, because I'm a terrible gambler.
Everyone's a terrible gambler. Gambling's a stupid idea. Educated risk is a good idea.
Yeah.
Or educated risk. That's what I'm trying to say. I just got changing currency. So my parents live in Scotland. They're coming over here finally because the border's open. But
it feels like it wasn't that long ago they were here.
2 years.
Was it?
Yeah. Well, it has to be.
True.
Because nothing's been open. But so my dad, who's a Bitcoiner. No, he's not a Bitcoiner.
He is.
He has some Bitcoin.
Then he's a Bitcoiner.
He has some Bitcoin, right? So no. Well, whatever. He needs to take responsibility for his own Bitcoin. But anyway, other than that, no, he's got some Bitcoin. So, but they're coming across. They wanted some fiat moved across from Scotland to here, and so I use currency fair, they're called, right? And pre-Bitcoin, everything they were actually, that was a good way to do it. Like, it was way better than the bank. It saved me like currency fair, right?
Like a Western Union type of thing.
Yeah, but currency, but fairer, right? That's the whole point. Like, Western Union, but fairer, like currency fair, right? And I think it's like kind of peer to peer as well. So
wow.
But they're just the middleman taking the fee and whatever. It's still garbage. Like, it's all garbage. But it's but the fee is I saved. I don't know what I saved, but it's three figures, right? It's hundreds, low three figures somewhere. But better than the bank. But when I did, and so I've used that for a long time. Not a lot, but I've used it for a while. When I did that this time for the first time, they asked me what my annual salary is.
Why?
Because for them, they under the guise of so that we can provide you with more personalized services. Right? I clearly just lied.
Yeah.
I was like, 10 trillion or whatever I put, or nothing. But I was like, oh my God, like how horrible was that? Like some
invasive.
Totally invasive. Like some institution who doesn't know you at all wants to know how much you earn every year,
which has no bearing on you exchanging.
No, I'm paying their fee.
Yeah,
it's like going into a supermarket and like the person at checkout's into you. I don't know, what size are your undies?
Yeah,
like I don't know, like what's it? It's none of your business. None of your business.
It is.
But anyway, I was just disgusted by that. But anyway, that was my other gripe. I'm just complaining about stuff today.
Good. Let's do it.
Right, here's a good one then. This is a positive one. So I was listening to Michael Saylor earlier on, and he said a thing. The greatest act of charity that you could do is when you die, is just die with your Bitcoin. You were talking about the crematorium.
Did he say that recently?
Yeah. Just well, I listened today, but it was.
No, but I feel like I've heard that somewhere. But that's brilliant.
It kind of is like
act of charity. Yeah, just fuck your kids over.
No, well, he don't think he has any, does he?
No,
I don't know. Whatever. I don't think so. But
yeah.
But yeah, I mean, if you probably want to see somebody okay, but
conceptually that's cool. I like that conceptually, but there's no way I'm not giving my Bitcoin to my kids.
I don't agreed,
yeah.
But but I just think, but with the point, it wasn't just that like burning. So essentially, burning you and your Bitcoin together.
Yeah.
You got your keys in your head and bye bye.
Yeah.
But the point is actually, like, let's say you were into, I don't know, animals, right? You're a dog guy, and so you wanted to leave all your money to the dog pound or something, right? But you've no idea how that's going to be spent.
Yeah.
Not really. Like,
No.
you're giving it to somebody you think is a good...
Yeah.
But you're not really... You've got no idea, no control over what actually happens with that.
Yeah.
But if you burn... If the Bitcoin burns with you... This is it's more passive. It was positive. It's not really positive. If it burns with you, then what you're actually doing is proportionally giving that benefit to everybody in the network based on how much they have.
Yeah.
You couldn't... And as a collective, everybody holding Bitcoin, which is hopefully by that stage everybody,
Yeah.
will benefit. Everybody. Imagine being essentially helping everybody
Yeah.
when you died.
That is a cool concept. And if I was some lonely old miser with no family,
Yeah,
then that
but
I would consider.
some
that.
people might consider it, like, genuinely. And some people it's just going to happen to. They're just not. They've not thought about telling their wife or child how to access the Bitcoin. So good, tough luck. You didn't mean it, but it happened anyway.
Yeah, true.
That's going to happen. That will be happening every day.
Yeah.
Every day. That's unbelievable too, isn't it? When you think about it.
Has there ever been an audit of how many... Oh, this is again a stupid question. You know how there's talk about all these kind of coins that are potentially missing from people that have forgotten them or lost them or whatever.
Yeah.
Is there any way to actually audit that?
So, yeah. Not
really though, because
you would never definitively know. Like Satoshi
you can
has
see something that hasn't moved for a certain amount of time.
So I think Satoshi's got like 1,040,000 coins or something.
Yeah, well, Craig Wright's going to move them soon.
Of course. Well, I'll look forward to that. But you can, but you couldn't say, but they have never moved. But you could. It's not impossible that they wouldn't move. Yeah. Like if Satoshi is still out there and decides one day to come and spend her or their coins, they're going to move.
And what does that do to the price?
Well, it tanks it, but if there's anybody that deserves their coins more than Satoshi, like you just go tank the price. You totally deserve it. Tank it on me. Tank it on you. Yeah. That's what we deserve it, right?
Yeah, true.
So, but there are other things. Like if somebody, like if you go on Bitcoin Bounce today, right? And you boing along and you win 10 sats or 20 sats, 30 sats tomorrow, and you withdraw them to a Lightning wallet, and then that Lightning wallet's only sitting on your tablet, and then your tablet blew up, and you didn't hold, you hadn't backed up or anything, you didn't have it sitting anywhere. That's gone. Yeah, that is gone. Like that. Well, so let's say you had it on Blue Wallet, and maybe 20 years time, Blue Wallet made some bad decision that says anybody that had coins sitting with us. Oh no, but they wouldn't have but Lightning Wallet. Blue's Lightning is custodial. So yeah, that could happen. Sorry, I'm just playing this out.
No, do it. That's
right. So yeah, so that could happen. So Blue in 20 years time become a bad egg, and they just take all that Bitcoin back because it hasn't moved. You know, they write to their customers or whatever, and they say, "Oh, listen, it's all here, and if you don't contact us in 90 days, we're having it," and then they take it. Yeah. So that in theory they would have it, but if you anywhere you have something on a non-custodial service, be that Lightning or Bitcoin, and only you have the keys.
Oh yeah,
that's gone.
Oh yeah.
So, but we'll never know. Well, we will know because we'll see it, but it will just never move. It's like
So I guess in a way, then you can't accurately audit it because you just don't know. Somebody could be sitting on coin that just does not move.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah. So like, I'm just wondering, how people estimate that there's of the 21 million. There's what I've heard 18 million maybe that are actually.
Well, right now we're sitting at 18 point whatever it is 8.
Oh, okay.
Mined. So there's the estimate is about 3 to 4 million coins are lost.
But how do they get to that?
Basically, I guess by adding up Satoshi's coins and everything else that hasn't moved
for a certain amount of time.
Like more than 10. If it's not moved in 10 years,
mine haven't moved.
But here's the thing, right? People will be saying, you have a look at, you can tell people's intention because of the moving of coins and stuff. Well, can you? Because what if you've had coins for 3 years or 4 years, and you're just realizing now that your security needs to get better, and you change it to some multi-sig address or something, right?
Yeah.
Well, you've moved those coins have all of a sudden moved,
Yeah.
but the intention isn't to become
It hasn't
more
changed.
active coins.
Yeah,
the
yeah,
intention
yeah.
is to lock them up more.
Yeah.
So people go, oh, well, these coins are moving. That's bad. That means they're coming on the market to sell. No, they could be going to
Yeah.
cold storage forever. Like,
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
never coming out.
Yeah.
So
But you can determine a coin that moves from an exchange to a wallet, or from one wallet to another wallet.
yeah, I don't know how guys do that. I mean, yes, it is possible because guys say, oh, well, I guess it's based on wallets that have large amount of Bitcoin in them, and people just track it that way. I mean, I don't get involved in anything like that in terms of chain analysis, but people do.
Yeah. Smarter people than us.
Way smarter, yeah. Wishing your life away. That's another thing.
I saw that. What's that one about?
Just I think people just, well, two things. People like, oh my god, this is going to be incredible, that kind of feeling once the Bitcoin goes to the moon. But it'll happen. Just don't sort of want it to happen today, because that if you're only thinking about the value of your Bitcoin, like, also enjoy your life. And if he's laughing at me.
I only guess it's like, I'm just thinking everyone wants it to happen today, and immediately I just think of myself checking the price every day. And it's not.
Do you check the price every day? Do you?
I check the price every day. Multiple times a day.
Do you?
I do.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I sometimes will, but I don't.
I feel like. Oh no, I don't feel guilty about it. It's just like, I know that I don't need to, but I just do. It's now become part of your
loop of things that you do.
The whole loop of things where I go through.
Yeah,
these.
I understand that.
Yeah.
And that's a bit of a sort of, was like an OCD type thing that we've all got.
Yeah, maybe.
We check our emails and we check our, whatever else we check in the morning.
And it's also tied to my fold spin. So if I don't check the price, I'll forget to do my fold spin. So.
Oh really? That's okay. Well, that's a good reason then. That's or at least you've justified it to me well enough.
Yeah.
But also, if you this is one of my tweets. So, nobody was interested. But if people think about the sort of, oh my god, this incredible rise in price that we're going to have and how great that's going to be for me, what they don't think about is what that means on the other side.
Oh yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So if the price tomorrow went to $10 million a coin, you cannot get milk at the shops, right? Because everything else just collapsed.
Yeah.
Because it did, right?
Yeah.
And things would come back. They would, but not for everybody. Some people wouldn't make it.
No.
Literally would not make it. So this wanting it to all happen right this second, I know it's exciting and all that, but just the best thing that could happen for all of us is just a steady rise every day.
Yeah.
A low, steady rise. It's boring as hell, but that's the best thing that could happen for all of us.
A slow adoption.
Yeah. But that is not going to happen. Like, that would be the best thing but it's not. Because one day, some massive hedge fund that's managing, or some massive insurance company or whatever, somebody who's going to allocate an absolute fortune, and the price is just going to spike, and it's going to cause chaos in all other markets. Like, you don't want to it's all very well sitting on the rocket grinning, look at me, but if you're watching planes fall out the sky beside you, it's pretty brutal. And some of those planes is your friends and your family, little children, old ladies. Like, you don't wish for that. That's not cool. And
I guess that's tricky too, because when that inevitably happens, how do you react? How do you deal with that yourself as a Bitcoiner that knows you're going to be okay? Well, and you see somebody drowning next to you, it's just like,
well, if you were on the Titanic, right?
Yeah.
And you know, the Titanic didn't sink for like an hour and 10 minutes after it hit the iceberg, right? So some people went, holy shit, we just hit an iceberg, there's a massive hole, there's a boat over there, let's go on the boat. Yeah. Some people did that, right?
Yeah.
Other people went, captain says it's going to be fine.
Yeah.
Let's go for a dance. Right? That's what they did. That is what they did, right? And they're dancing away, and dance, and then the whole thing split in two.
Yeah.
Right? So
This is your best analogy yet. Have you used this one before?
no,
this is really good.
Thanks very much.
This is fucking really good.
So, and then they came running out of the ballroom and went, "Where's the boat?" Right?
What's they fucking doing in it?
And you and me and all these people listening, we're sitting on the boat and we're rowing like buggery further away. Right? No, hopefully we're not. No, I don't know. I think what we are doing right now is we're sitting on the boat screaming at everybody on the big boat, get on this boat. It can take another one. It can take another. We can take another 2. We can take another 5. Right? But there comes a point when it can't take any more.
Yeah.
And you just have to go away and watch this big thing fall down.
Yeah.
That is going to be horrible. It's going to be a horrible moment.
Yeah.
And so so here's why I think we are doing this, and I think this is why all of these Bitcoiners out there are doing whatever they're doing that they feel that they can do, just talking to friends or doing a podcast or writing a book or whatever they're doing, is that they are on this little lifeboat going, get on with me.
Yeah.
Please get on with me. Please get on with me. Stop dancing. And yeah.
That's fucking bang on.
It is.
It is bang on.
Do you not think that's how I feel about it?
Episode 12, the Titanic episode.
Going down on the Titanic, yeah.
That's right.
Brandon quit him. You know Brandon? So Brandon's the mycelium guy.
No.
You know, you not read that? You should read that.
Is this a Let's Go Brandon?
No.
No?
No.
You got to explain that to me, which you did earlier, but
so I thought it would be good for hacking culture. It's not. I didn't. Well, whatever. Let's just say it. So, you didn't even know what Let's Go Brandon.
No, I've seen
means.
it. I've seen it, but I didn't get it.
So there was. I think it was NASCAR. Anyway, it was motor racing. Anyway, where the guy's being interviewed at the end. The crowd in the background are shouting, "Fuck Joe Biden! Fuck Joe Biden! Fuck Joe Biden!" And the interviewer, the lady, said, "Oh, listen to the crowd. They're all shouting, 'Let's go, Brandon! Let's go, Brandon!'" They weren't shouting that, but obviously, it's been adopted by everybody who hates Biden.
Oh, that's
and everybody who loves Trump, I guess, as well. But that not necessarily the same thing.
Yeah. Right.
But yeah, so when you see that "Let's go, Brandon," that's basically what people are saying. But there are now organisations coming out saying you can't type "Let's go, Brandon" in emails and all sorts of stuff.
Really?
Yeah, of course, right. So, but I thought tonight we could call this "Let's Go Brandon."
Let's go Brendo.
But yeah, we'll not do that. But that's what that is.
Yeah,
no, this is a completely separate thing. But he is also called Brandon. So Brandon quit him.
Let's go Brandon quit him.
Yeah, so he's a top guy.
Yep.
But so his tweet. This is tweet of the week.
Oh right,
sorry,
tweet of the week.
Well introduced, right? Proof of work is everything you don't understand about energy combined with everything you don't understand about Bitcoin. Boom.
Proof of work is say it again.
Proof of work is everything you don't understand about energy combined with everything you don't understand about Bitcoin.
Yeah.
And he was replying. Can I get into that? I'm sure he was replying to something that John Vallis's, and I'm like, oh my god, I've only just recovered from the last pod. And then Brandon kicked in, and I'm just like, oh, that's 100% correct, brilliant.
I saw that. That was awesome. Damn, I saw one that was really good, and I know this is going to take too long to actually find. Yeah, no, let's not bother.
But Brandon Quittem, whilst you look, is also he is the guy who wrote about comparing Bitcoin to mycelium, like fungus.
The network.
The network, yeah.
I saw a wicked one on fungi on Netflix recently. The whole idea of it.
Relating to Bitcoin or totally
no,
separate?
Not at all.
Yeah,
sorry.
Yeah. Oh well, yeah. I mean, it's yeah, really good.
Yeah, sorry. So what was he saying?
But that was it. So that was it. No, nothing to do with that. But this was the tweet.
Oh.
Then I want to call that tweet of the week because that's just blew my mind when I read that. I was like, I'm gonna have to go sit in a quiet corner and think about how stupid I am again. But
how do I find my retweets? Is it under likes?
You go into your account.
Oh no, here it is. It's on the top. Yeah. So this guy here, Ryan DeLongpre, I'm not sure. I'm
guessing it's not that.
No.
Sorry, Ryan.
Anyway, sorry, Ryan. It's a bit of a thread. Maybe I've spent too much time listening to Saylor and Breedlove, but for the past weeks I've been thinking non-stop about this. There have been 3 technology. Did you see this?
No, don't think so.
There have been 3 technology breakthroughs in the history of mankind, and ironically, they serve the same purpose: fire, language, and money. Fire gave humans the ability to move energy across time, space, and scale. Yes? Yes?
Okay, yeah.
Energy, yep.
Yeah.
Language allowed humans to move information across time, space, and scale. Money moves value across time, space, and scale. Bitcoin seems to be a meta technology as it allows humans to move energy, information, and value across space, time, and scale.
Yeah. I mean,
No?
that's yeah.
I reckon that was wicked.
No, that is good. Well, maybe there's 2 double joint winners
Yeah.
as tweets of the week. I did see somebody recently who had said, did we mention this before? That was gold was a terrific store of value over time. Fiat was excellent over space.
Yep.
And Bitcoin is a combination of the 2.
And better at both.
And better at both, yeah.
Yeah,
better at both.
yeah.
Like, yeah. So it's a sort of similar idea, but
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
that's great.
That is good.
Cool. That's it. I don't think I have anything much else tonight.
That's good. That's good. All right. Well, that's it.
All right. When a climax, we're really good at ending these. We should have some
we're
way
woeful.
like, bye now. Okay. See you next time.
All right. Yeah, we got some cool guests coming up.
We have some really cool guests. Coming
Yeah,
up.
can't wait. So-
Very different guests as well.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. Both this weekend. We'll get them out as quickly as we can.
Oh, fuck. Hats, says to Brendo. Damn it. I just...
All right. Cheers,
I've had
guys.
a good few episodes where I haven't doxed you. Okay, bye, everyone. That was like the gayest ending ever.
Hey guys, if you've made it this far, thanks so much for listening. The plan with the pod is to do sort of guests one week and myself and Brendo the other week, so hopefully that's working for you. If you don't like one of them, just listen to the one you do like. If you want a little bit more information from us, you can find it at bitcoin-first.com/learn.